Welcome to the punctuation on another highly questionable week. Izzy Gutierrez over there has spent the whole week with us. What do you like on today's show is?
What is this, a crossover episode? You'll get that joke in a minute.
Dale, papi.
Would you like to overreact to last night and crown the Steelers or bury the Panthers?
Why can't I enjoy an offensive output by a team that has surprised me this year? I don't take the Thursday night results to mean much of anything, but Ben Roethlisberger having more touchdowns, 5, than incompletions against the Carolina team we all know to be good. That kind of offensive performance without Le'Veon Bell gets your attention. It makes you wonder what this team might be if they get a fresh Le'Veon Bell sometime later this season.
Yeah, I'd like to run into the jerk that's just spending the day just trashing the Panthers to say, oh, they're so bad. No, the Steelers were great yesterday. I mean, more touchdown passes than incompletions for Ben Roethlisberger. The defense in this 5-game streak has been great, by the way. I know he said that. The defense has been great for 5 straight games, allowing less than 90.
Such an impressive stat, it's worth repeating.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. This team is just getting into a rhythm, and it's like they're getting a lifeline here with reportedly Le'Veon Bell coming back next week. You've got James Conner in concussion protocol. Don't know if he's going to play against the Jags. It might just be a situation where they will welcome back Le'Veon Bell with open arms. And if Conner can still play, well, Le'Veon Bell can save his legs a little bit more because he won't be running the ball nearly as much.
I thought you said on Monday that we have to start taking the Panthers seriously.
I did say that.
You know I mean? What's the matter with you?
Nobody listens to what we say on Mondays.
Come on, man. It's Friday. That seems like it was years ago.
Was Eric Reid officiated fairly last night?
I do not know what you do with a quarterback who may be sliding, may not slide, may go in head first, may go in feet first. I don't know how you officiate this play in the NFL when the rules are all different for the quarterback. That dude is hard to tackle. If he had decided he wasn't going to do that, he would have run over Eric Reid. But I understand, Izzy, why defenders, even though that's now illegal, you cannot do that. I understand why defenders are confused by it, why officials are confused by it, and why fans are confused by it.
I mean, it's essentially a game of chicken, right? Because you know that quarterback is going to slide, but you don't know when, and he's picking up yards in the meantime. So you have to make that split-second decision, and those types of things would happen. What makes this thing even more interesting is that it includes Eric Reid. Eric Reid, who's been drug-tested 5 times since he's been back in the league this season. And you're in a situation where you don't even know if that's an ejectable offense, and he's wondering these things. Because of the social stance that he's taken, he is an enemy of the league, and so you always have to wonder if there's an element of that here.
I do understand why the league wouldn't have a lot of benefit of the doubt here, but I would say that Eric Reid volunteered that he's been tested that many times since he's been with the Panthers, and usually what that means is you failed somewhere along the line in the drug protocol and they start testing you more. That's usually how that one works. That might not be conspiracy. That might be that he was in the drug program.
But it might be.
But it might be.
Are you kidding me? He has been tested 5 times and he hasn't given me a call about having some good urine. You know what I mean? I challenge you to give me a call, buddy.
So much available.
That's right. Give you a good deal.
That's right. I'll give you a good deal. If Eric Reid wants to test as a 75-year-old Cuban man's urine,
I got about 14 times to the bathroom a day. You're not going to, I'll give you a good deal, believe me.
Some people have a wine cellar.
That's right.
He was just thinking to himself, you're not going to get a better deal anywhere. But then he thought, there are a whole slew of 90-year-olds out there having more problems.
Bigger story, the Bucks dropping 134s on the Warrior or Steph strained groin?
Steph left early. Draymond didn't play, but the Bucks are an interesting story because they have shown us, man, Jason Kidd did not do very much with this, and this Bucks team is long and athletic and the kind of thing that could bother the Warriors. But the bigger story is Steph Curry, because the moment his ankle starts having problems, then the rest of the body can start falling apart from there. He's got to be very meticulous about that. Now it's an adductor, and that starts with his ankles. All that stuff starts in the feet, and I'm telling you, that can be problematic if he doesn't get his body healthy and righted.
If in the big picture Steph is more hurt than it appears, of course, that is the bigger story. But you're talking about a game where they didn't have Draymond Green and they lost Steph Curry in the second half. Really, the story is the Bucks right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a guy that you expect to make leaps every year, but not everybody makes those leaps. He continues to make those leaps. And now when you've got this Mike Budenholzer offense that helps spread everybody out and let Giannis attack, which seems like the easiest idea in the world to come up with, the offense is so much better better. That's why they can throw 134 points down. And, man, everybody on that team seems to be long and can defend. Giannis makes everybody look shorter, but they all long and can defend. Therefore, they are trouble for a team like the Warriors as well. They're the bigger story. It feels like we're saying this team could be the best team in the East like 4 or 5 different times this year. Milwaukee could be the best team in the East.
Yeah, they have a strong claim to that. You know, one of the biggest things, I heard you talk about their offense, but let's talk about the defensive end. The Milwaukee Bucks are a team, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism. When they walk in the building, if you didn't have a stat sheet in front of you, you would say, this has got to be the best defensive team in the league. Look, everyone's 6'9" with long arms. But the reality is they've been a below-average defensive team the last several years, and one of the biggest things that Coach Bud has done is not only free up that offense, but bring them to their defensive potential. They are the elite defensive outfit that should have always been.
So you can just wear anything on TV these days.
That's right.
Well, normally when somebody hurts his groin in a Warriors game, it's because of Draymond Green.
Yes.
That's right. I don't understand that.
He was on the sidelines. He
Right.
couldn't have injured his own player.
Do you still expect the Rockets to be an elite team?
You're amazing in the way that you don't even need the computer to read those questions. The Rockets last year were an elite team that was surprising to all of us because they were elite at offense, historically great, and elite at defense. They are neither of those things this year, and I think the former is more confusing than the latter. We know Ariza and Mbamute leaving and replaced by Carmelo Anthony was going to weaken their defense, but they're bad at offense this year, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense so far.
It's like 90 degrees outside, man.
I know, man, right?
The Rockets, you know what's hilarious is when you can see something coming, but the team really doesn't, right? So we all said when they got Chris Paul and signed him to this long-term deal, man, you're getting the back end of Chris Paul's career. That might not work out so much. They signed Carmelo Anthony and let go of Trevor Ariza. Man, that might not work out too well. It's playing out just like that. Paul seems to be declining in what he's doing. Carmelo Anthony not only is giving you the same type of offense that he's been with other teams, but apparently is not listening to that whole no long twos thing, kind of does it whenever he wants to. And now all of a sudden, you don't have that momentum, you don't have that real drive that you had last year to prove people that you can do something, and they look like this. The first game I did sidelines for this year was the Rockets' first game. They lost to the Pelicans. About the middle of the first quarter, we're all looking at each other thinking, yeah, maybe a 4 seed in the West.
The most concerning part isn't their defense. We knew the defense was going to fall off a cliff. It's their offense, Izzy. But let me say one thing. Their quality of shot is still pretty good. They got the 4th best quality shot according to Second Spectrum on average from game to game. But their shots made, their actual field goal percentage, the difference between that and the expected is the 4th worst in the league. They're shooting way below what we expect them to do. And the main culprits are Eric Gordon, Chris Paul, Gerald Green. It's a lot of offense.
Well, at least Carmelo won again for the Thunder last night. Will Sean Payton regret talking trash about Marcus Peters?
Michael Thomas scores the touchdown. The Saints win. It's over Marcus Peters. And Sean Payton was loving that Marcus Peters matchup. Listen to him here.
Well, that was the plan. They were going to travel Marcus to him, and that was fine by us. You know, we thought we really liked that matchup.
So Michael Thomas ends up having 211 yards. Somebody brings this question to Marcus Peters. He keeps it real. Listen to this.
Tell Sean Payton, keep talking that we going to see him soon. You feel me?
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I like what he was saying on the sidelines, too. So tell him keep talking that and I hope you see me soon. You feel me? And then we going to have a good little, nice little bowl of gumbo together.
Well, the statistics say that Sean Payton won't regret a thing because the statistics say that he is the 115th out of 120 rated quarterbacks by Pro Football Focus. And we saw that game against Michael Thomas. If Sean McVay puts Marcus Peters on Michael Thomas's side the next time they play, he should be fired as the head coach, assuming, of course, they have Talib back and can put somebody else on that side. What I'd be scared of if I was Sean Payton is Marcus Peters actually inviting me out to a bowl of gumbo because then I don't think there'll be words thrown around. I think there might be some hands.
All right, can we look at this again, though? Because there are a couple of things worth examining here. First of all, I love how Marcus Peters goes. It's like a comedy act. I don't know whether he's angry or happy because he goes from staring to smiling. Is he joking? Is he not joking? But also in the middle of this, I want you guys to hear the cultural disconnect that goes from you feel me to fair enough to yeah.
You feel me?
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because I like what you were saying on the sidelines.
Just that, again and again. You feel me? I have been felt.
Vegas has the Bills as 28.5-point favorites over Alabama. Too high, too low, or just right?
It is too low. The Bills should be favored by more than that. The Bills would not be stopped one time by the Alabama defense on its way down the field because you are having men playing against largely what are still boys. And I know while Alabama is bigger than most of the collegians they play, they're not bigger than most of the teams in strength that have been training for a while to get to where they are playing professional football.
I also feel like there's a Nathan Peterman factor that should actually decrease those odds for the Bills because, I feel like he can stop himself. He doesn't need the Alabama defense. But to your point on them being bigger, stronger, what have you, and the evolution, I do think we're getting closer to a time where you could actually have this conversation. Because if you remember back when the Kentucky players were talking about, hey, can they beat the worst NBA team? Well, now look at the Duke team and look at Zion Williamson. He's bigger than almost every pro. So not saying that everybody on that team is a Zion Williamson, therefore you can't compete. But man, you can get a lot closer. And the Cavs in this sports book, by the way, why is Vegas doing this? These games are never happening. Why are they doing these point spread? There's another Vegas sports book has the Cavs as minus 22.5 against Duke. I think that would be a lot closer too.
They're doing it to provide content for this network so that we will talk about it.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
We had a wager on this game. There's a 2-point conversion.
With the handoff, tries the right side, spins, cuts back, trying to reverse.
Wow. Oh, all right. Oh, so he's just doubled it up. This is how he would have done it if it had just been one, but he's so strong that he's doing two at a time.
My Son's TV show is brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories.
When tracking the domestic dust bunny, you commonly find them hiding under wardrobes next to lost socks. Don't move too suddenly or they'll scurry off. What's utterly fascinating about the dust bunny is that although they are not actually sentient creatures, when they hear that Geico not only saves people money, but also has a 97% customer satisfaction rating, it's obvious to them you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Oh no, it's the dust bunny's only natural predator. Run along, dust bunnies, run along.
Time to play the game that has very hungry eye. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Is it two hungry eyes, or was it a singular hungry eye? The other one's fed.
Do you question the defense?
Okay, I don't know if my father was looking at the computer when he read that or not. It didn't look like he was. Regardless, we keep it moving. We go out to high school football in South Dakota. My father's fired up. He had a wager on this game. There's a 2-point conversion.
With the handoff, tries the right side, spins, cuts back, trying to reverse.
Wow. Oh, all right.
Crafty.
Oh. There was no one downfield, no offensive lineman downfield, nothing? No, that's legal? Okay.
How big is this kid right here? There's 4 guys on him, and he's just shedding them. Get off me.
He is shedding them, but he's shedding them while going backwards.
Yes. South Dakota football, baby.
What is that? Howard against Costanza from the Seinfeld show? Well, I didn't even know what that was. I'm sorry to be an elitist about these things, but what was that? It was Costanza / what? Canastota Freeman.
I tell you one thing, that play worked just the way it was assigned. The head coach is a genius. You know what I mean? He's just a genius, you know. I'm telling you, he worked on that play for month and month and month, and finally he pulled it.
They sprung it.
Right.
They sprung it in the South Dakota.
That's right. That's what high school in South Dakota is all about.
All about it.
That's right. Do you question if Jalen Ramsey should be embarrassed by this?
Okay, this is Jalen Ramsey, but it's not Jalen Ramsey, in that it is someone named Jalen Ramsey, but it's not the Jalen Ramsey that you think it is, although a lot of people thought it was that Jalen Ramsey. Trying to dunk. Oh! Oh! And you see how
I can't look at that again.
Tom Coughlin would not like to see that. But because it's just some random dude named Jalen Ramsey, we laugh about it here and move on to the next question.
I mean, I know we're not supposed to ask how the people are in the videos, so I won't say anything else.
Okay, thank you. Keep it moving.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Oh, Fred. What's going on, buddy? Long time don't talk to you, Fred Hogan. You saw that video? Oh, that guy not only missed his dunk, but he traveled too? Okay. I let everybody know. You know?
LeBron gets away with that many steps. What's the problem?
Okay, Fred, let's see where about it.
He's still on. I thought we were done. Okay.
Do you question if the goalkeeper deserves credit?
Good luck to the Bow Street Magpies. This is under 8 soccer right here. They're playing in their next game, and hopefully the goalie will have it go a little better than it did in this clip, where you can see he's a little bit distracted. So number 8 takes a shot. And there it is. The keeper with a great save. And then, then the follow-up of being disgusted by the hadn't accounted for the ricochet. Dad.
I mean, he got his boy a save. He got him on the stat sheet.
Oh, man, that was bad. But I have seen it worse when a father tries to coach his son.
What are we looking at here?
Ah.
Oh, I remember this. Yes. Okay. There it is. Yeah.
Somebody explain to that man how the batting cage works. That is not where you want to be standing.
Do you question if this world record is worth it?
Okay, this is bricks. The breaking of bricks through Kung Fu. The old record is 50 in 40 seconds. This guy's going for 100. This Kung Fu master is looking to double the record. Let's see. Oh, so he's just doubled it up. This is how he would have done it if it had just been one, but he's so strong that he's doing 2 at a time.
Are we going to see his hand after this?
I don't think we want to see his hand. His hand at this point is just a cleaver, correct? It's just an actual cleaver covered in skin.
It's got to be numb.
Is this world record?
Oh, there's 3 on the back end. 4. Entirely unnecessary. Do you get paid for world records?
I mean...
Do you get anything?
He didn't seem like he was even breathing hard. He could have done another 100.
Oh, that was very impressive, but I have seen more impressive martial art videos.
No, you have not.
Yeah, sure. There you have it. There we go. Look at those. A guy going to breaking the nuts. Look at that. You know, that's
Look at the guy and another guy breaking the nuts. Another guy breaking the nuts.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at the guy.
This guy better be careful about breaking the nuts. Another. Oh,
all right. Look at that.
Those are already broken.
We went to our broken nuts library.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is over this. See? Oh, no.
Tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
I mean, we keep switching chairs. There's so much confusion. He should be over it.
On Fox Sports South, Pacers and Heat.
Oh, Papi's excited about this one. Heat fans are excited about these new uniforms. They were out last night after midnight trying to get these Miami Vice uniforms. Look at the intro the Heat put together. That's right behind us. That was right behind us, and that's the ESPN house band. Slow jams from the ESPN house band because we can't play Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Why is it raining inside, man?
That's an excellent question here. This is Udonis Haslem.
It's the dry season here in South Florida anyway during basketball season.
A lot of wet. There it is. The damp jersey of Kelly Olynyk.
Is he finding a way to rip on the Marlins because they had a leak despite their roof being closed? What's going on here?
Izzy, are you intrigued?
Yes, I am, but here, a little secret I got to tell you. I went to the game on Wednesday because I'd heard all about this new uniform and this new court. Didn't start on Wednesday. Starts today. I was really angry about that.
Oops. How about you, Papi? We know you're intrigued.
See, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? You know, Dwayne Wade under the rain for that long of a period of time at his age, bro, he'd be out for about 3 months, you know what I mean? Really? You can't, that's right. That's the risk you take, you know, when you put weight, you know.
Is it a home court advantage when the court is covered in rain?
Look at him. He's laughing at his own joke.
It's kind of funny.
Sunday on CBS, Seahawks and Rams.
Said that with some enthusiasm. The Rams, I'm here for all of their football games. But let's check back in with the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson against the Chargers here. The first touchdown of that game last weekend looked like this, but we're not here to show you the touchdown necessarily as much as the joy, the choreographed joy that the touchdown produces. This is good right here. Bang. Bang. Yeah. Yes. And it looks a lot better when you are champions and have Marshawn Lynch in your backfield than when you're 4-4. And it's Moore and Baldwin and that guy. Izzy, are you intrigued?
Yeah, that was pretty good. It was a little too clean. I'd like to see Von Miller choreograph one of those. Maybe then it'll look more like a Cardi B video instead.
Yeah, sensual. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, that is not my favorite celebration. This is the one I love.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, the Kerwin Bell.
That's right.
Let's all watch together as at the end of this, the bell gets rung. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Kerwin Bell. CFL injury flag and vibrating under region. Izzy, are you intrigued?
21's response there was, wait, what? I'm already intrigued.
He's already been intrigued. My fault. Papi, are you intrigued?
It's my favorite celebration.
You finally confused Dan.
He's confused. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. I'm on this robot autopilot. Papi, are you intrigued? Izzy, are you intrigued? Papi, are you intrigued? You thought that was bad. What about this?
How about that?